Question number 88. Inflammatory arthropathy except option A rheumatoid arthritis, option B psoriatic arthritis, option C osteoarthritis, and option D ankylosing spondylitis. Now these kind of questions are very common in the entrance exam. So let's see what is inflammatory arthropathy is all about. So let's see what we can find out from the name inflammatory arthropathy. So the first part of the name is inflammatory. That means there is some sort of inflammation present in the body, and for that the ESR will be increased. ESR means erythrocyte sedimentation rate, and in most of the cases there is itis used as suffix, like rheumatoid arthritis. So itis means it is an inflammatory disease, right? And the second part is the arthro, that is involvement of the joint, and pathy means we all know that is disease. So inflammatory arthropathy means joint inflammatory disease. Now let's see the pathology of all the given diseases in the options. First is the rheumatoid arthritis. So in case of rheumatoid arthritis, there is mainly inflammation, leads to synovial thickening, and ultimately there is joint damage. Now to know more details of the pathology of rheumatoid arthritis, you can see the question number 98 of JEMAS PG 2020, because question came directly about rheumatoid arthritis pathology. So click on the I button to see that. Second is psoriatic arthritis. Now psoriatic arthritis, again, as the name suggests, there is psoriasis which happens much earlier in the body, and later there is joint involvement by the form of arthritis, and it is also inflammatory in nature. The third is the ankylosing spondylitis, and from the name we can guess that there will be ankylosis of the joint at the later part of the disease, and it is associated with HLA-B27, and it is also inflammatory. Now remember, the diseases which are associated with HLA-B27 are generally autoimmune in nature. So last we have is osteoarthritis, that is joint degeneration due to wear and tear, and it is non-inflammatory in nature. But here I want to say that there is itis in the suffix. So I told you earlier that whenever there is itis, it is most likely that the disease is inflammatory in nature. But in case of osteoarthritis, it is an exception. But is it though? See, if only osteoarthritis affects a joint, it can survive for 150 years. But generally we see from a grade 1 to grade 4 osteoarthritis, the progression takes around 3 to 4 years without any intervention, and it is much delayed if early care is given, but certainly not 150 years. So what happens is there is some sort of inflammation in our body that accelerates the degeneration process. So OA is not inflammatory in nature, but the first progress is caused by the inflammation that is happening in the body. Now a question came similarly about the association of HLA-B27 and the diseases. So to see the solution of that question, click on the I button again. So to answer the question 88, inflammatory arthropathy is all except option C, that is osteoarthritis, as it is non-inflammatory in nature.